Shri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Sri Suta Goswami in Naimisharanya Kshetra tells 88,000 rishis, sages and saintly people headed by Sonaka, saying that, "O Sonaka, you know, Sri Sukadev Goswami told King Parikshit, as long as sinful desires are filled within the mind of someone and acts sinfully, till that long the person does not like to do devotional service. Auspicious deeds don't want to do. Their mind don't like to do auspicious deeds. Naturally, people remain inclined to do or habituated to do sinful deeds if they are sinful people. If they are pious by nature, they only want to do auspicious deeds because they love to do it. Only by blessings of the Supreme Lord one engages in devotional service with love. And by chanting the holy name, one receives the blessing. See, by blessings one chants, and chanting brings blessings. Guru Kṛṣṇa Prasadi Pai Bhakti Lata Bij is similar. You have to chant the holy name of the Lord to receive blessings from the Lord, to chant offenselessly or better. That's what it means. When sinful deeds or sinful reactions are destroyed and the pious deeds are acquired, meritorious deeds, merits are increased, then only person likes to do, or mind likes to do, person's mind likes to do devotional service. In such a situation, even enemies turn into friend because time becomes favorable to you. And those who are friends, they want to help more than before and think favorably about you. All the unfavorable situations turn favorable. And this is due to the influence of time. Time is the cause of unfavorable and favorable situations for one. People criticize one or glorify one due to the influence of time only. That is also astrology says that. Sri Sukadev Goswami further says, Indra was attacked by sin of killing a Brahmana. Therefore, he was hiding in the stem of a lotus underwater in the Mansarovar lake on Himalayas. He performed austerity for 1,000 years without eating and chanted the glories of the Lord to mitigate his sin. He knew what sin he committed. Thus his sin became reduced. One who remembers Lord Kṛṣṇa all the time, for thousands of years, I'm sure his sin is naturally removed. Not removed, but reduced. His sense thus became powerless. This side, Nahusha was a human being placed as a king of heaven with his own material body. He had become very proud, thus committed sin and was thrown out by curse of Brahmins to become snake on earth. He was thrown out. Nahusha had accumulated a lot of pious deeds. That's why he went to heaven and become a ruler there. And when pious deeds are exhausted there, he fell down to earth again. Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam khine punya martalokam vishanti. Like that. That happened. Just imagine the influence and potency of pious deeds. A human being, as a human being, without relinquishing material body, can go and become king in heaven. How much potency that carries. That's why one should do minimum pious deeds. Means at least must be pious. Because Nahusha fell from heaven, became a cobra, python on earth, that seat of Indra became empty. Nobody was there to rule. So the sages and saintly people, they searched everywhere, but they could not find anybody who could be considered qualified to rule the heaven. Therefore, they arranged another conference, and all the sages and saintly people attended the conference, and in that resolution was passed that original Indra should be invited. See, this side Indra's sense became weak because of 1,000 years of austerity and chanting the holy name of the Lord. Indra's sins are reduced, or whatever sins he had left in him has become powerless. So, due to that, the sages and saintly people this side decided that original Indra should come. See, everything has its connection. That is called astrology. Gurus should be expert in every field, spiritual field. Astrology is neither spiritual nor material. If it is Vedic astrology, I do not know about non-Vedic astrology. But nowadays, even in India, the astrologers don't know Vedic astrology. They don't know the Sanskrit slokas. I have seen many of them, they only speak something Hindi. Hindi something, that is not Vedic. That's why astrologers cannot predict rightly or correctly. I remember this. I think was 1989. It was in Kanpur, India. I was taken by one of my followers there. He was the leader of a political party. Took me to his grandfather, his mother's father, old man. Must be 85, 90 years old man. Took me there. I went. So we discussed, because I found out he knows astrology, so we discussed on astrological fields. So he said he was the first Prime Minister's astrological advisor. This old man was, I remember now, India's first Prime Minister's, Nehru's astrological advisor. So we discussed a little bit on astrological field, and he said, the annihilation will come, and the Mars has turned back, Bakri Bakri means turn back, reverse driving. That's why inundation will come, so many people will die, and earthquake will come and all that. I said, nothing will happen. Nothing will. I told him, nothing will happen. So this old man, he said, sure it will happen. I said, nothing will happen. Okay, we both reconciled somehow. Then he took me to his original birthplace. We went on the bank of Ganges and lived there 1-2 days, I forget. Long time ago, 1988, 89 maybe. So, even astrology says, when sins are reduced and whatever sins left, and they became weak, so the sages decided the original Indra should come and occupy his seat. And then they investigated where Indra is, because they did not know it is in Mahāmaṇḍaleshwar and inside the stem of a lotus. The sages did not know. There was no telephone calls and all those. This is the beginning of Treta Yuga, end of Satya Yuga. This is all happening there. So they found, and then the sages commissioned fire god Agni to relate all message to Indra. So fire god went and related all message to Indra. Indra became very pleased that sages have extended their blessings on him. He was very happy. When he returned, came to heaven, and he directly went to see 7 sages. They are Brahmins too. Sages, 7 of them, born out of mind of Lord Brahma. And he paid his homage, humble obeisances to them. They said that we all have chanted the holy name of the Lord in your name, for you. We want you to become free from sins. When a person becomes fully pure from all sins, then he can do his deed, activity, his performance properly. So Indra, you are become free from all sins now. Please occupy your seat now. You can run everything properly. His wife Indrani also became pleased, getting her husband after so long time. She was very happy. And thus Indra became the king of heaven. Then he decided, he thought, I have to go to my presiding priest Bṛhaspati, whom I had not respected. He did not disrespect, but he did not respect. So, did not respect means disrespected. Presiding priest of heaven is Bṛhaspati. When he had come in his assembly, Indra supposed to stand up and respect him, welcome him, speak welcome words. And he did not do so. And that is a big disrespect. So Indra went in his residence and paid his obeisances with a great regret in the heart. And begged pardon from him repeatedly with a great regret in the heart. And humbly stated that I did not care about your arrival. That is a very big disrespect. I did not even recognize your entrance in my assembly. That is a very big disrespect. I wholeheartedly, humbly, honestly, genuinely beg pardon for my mistake. Please forgive me. This is the law. The law of scriptures is this: once you commit offense against a pure devotee, you must genuinely, wholeheartedly, honestly, sincerely beg pardon from that devotee. Pay obeisances at his lotus feet and speak verbally sounds, please forgive me for my offense. Nowadays people commit offense, they are so egotistic, they cannot, not possible. Their ego is beyond their nose covering, they cannot breathe due to ego, and they look like Swāmī, sannyasis, big gurus. They have thousands of followers, maybe. In America they cannot preach. They cannot preach, they only go to India and preach. And Indians are stupid enough to follow these people. Indians are stupid enough to follow these people, become their disciples. Indian religion is supposed to be learned from an Indian, and Indians are learning Indian religion from Americans. That is nice, learn it. Very good. If you think it will take you to God, your thinking is not sufficient. God has to think that. There is no other way to be free from offense if it is committed at the lotus feet of the devotee and did not beg pardon from him. There is no way to be free from offense. This is the only way to beg pardon from that devotee. So, when Bṛhaspati heard sincere pleas from King Indra, he became pleased. Pleads made him become pleased. One has to plead honestly at the feet of a devotee with whom you committed offense. And if that devotee sees you are genuinely begging pardon, if he does not forgive, he gets reaction. Like that. So, Bṛhaspati forgave and said to Indra, you know, Indra, do not accuse me for your suffering. And do not feel sad or bad that you suffered. It's only due to time. Your time became unfavorable, you acted like this. When time becomes unfavorable to somebody, his brain changes and acts in a way so suffers like that. When time is favorable, everybody acts nicely with you. When time is unfavorable, vināṣakāle viparīta buddhi. When time is unfavorable, you act in such a way, your brain like that, so goes down. Due to time factor only. Favorable situations come, then you get blessings from sages. When unfavorable situation occur, then you get curse. Curse and blessings also occur due to time factor only. O Indra, this was your fate, that you had to go through the tribulation for 1,000 years. One's fate, one's previous deeds, good or bad, won't let you go free. If they're good, they will make you happy, favorable moments. When they're bad, you go through all sufferings. No one can escape this. Those who are wise and intelligent, they suffer quietly. Those who are unwise and ignorant, they cry and advertise everywhere, like that. Both wise and unwise, ignorant and knowledgeable, both have to go through good and bad times. But their dealings are different. Bṛhaspati further said, you go and rule justfully as you were ruling before, and chant the holy name of the Lord. Chanting the holy name of the Lord is the most important for everyone. Over everyone, either heavenly or earthly, doesn't matter who. Either it's a demigod or a human being, man or woman, old, young, doesn't matter. Everyone. Rich, poor, doesn't matter. Egotistic people will not chant anyway. You know, Indra, chanting the holy name of the Lord does not take place with one birth's pious deeds. Merits have to come from many, many births. Then only person likes to chant. Likes to chant. Unless one has done pious deeds for many, many births and destroyed their sins, cannot feel like chanting, does not love to chant. The love to chant must come from inside. How will it come? It says, Janamantara sahasreshu koti yagya pratadisu naranam khina papanam Kṛṣṇe bhakti prajayate. You will love to do chanting and doing devotional service. You will hanker to do. You cannot feel peace without doing it. You will feel restless. You will have a headache for not chanting because your rounds are not finished. Janamantara sahasreshu. Many, many thousands of previous births. Millions of sacrifices and austerities and penances you have performed. That merit. And then fasting. Have burnt all your sins, then only you feel like chanting. You feel like doing it. You will never give it up. Even if one round left, you will get a headache. You cannot live without breathing. Similarly, you cannot live without devotional service and chanting if you are like that. So like sometimes, even after becoming a disciple, even after taking a vow in fire sacrifice, giving the words to the spiritual master, even living under the control of spiritual master, even looking like a devotee, does not feel like chanting. Why? Does not feel, does not have love. Only you have to show that others that you're chanting. You have to show. I have seen some of my God brothers, they don't even show it. I have never seen Jai Pataka holding bead bag. Just see. Let me tell the name, no problem. If you've seen, maybe I may be mistaken. I was in Mayapur for some time. I learned Bengali there. I have not seen him chanting. One mala, one japa bag in his hand. I have not seen. So, why after initiation, after taking initiation, why after living under the control of Guru, why after giving words or to the spiritual master you don't feel like chanting? Why? Because that's sinful deeds. Because you are expert and material affairs, psychological talks, then you can control some people for a short time and take them to hell, no problem. Those who have ungenuine gurus, who are not authorized by Guru, by scriptures, Vedic scriptures written in Sanskrit, they will all go to hell for sure. So why we should go to hell? So, by the merits you feel like chanting. See, all this is told by Bṛhaspati to King Indra. I'm not speculating anything. Only maybe I told little outside that is about him not chanting japa or touching the beads, bead bag. By chanting, all the sins are removed. When sins are removed, you chant better. Means you have to chant to get blessings. When you are blessed by the Lord, you chant more rounds, better quality. Like a Guru Kṛṣṇa Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij, by mercy of Krishna you get Guru, genuine Guru. By blessings of your mind and your friends you get bogus Guru. That's what it means. By blessings of Krishna you get an authentic scripturally authorized Guru. And by blessings of that Guru you get Kṛṣṇa. That's what it means. So, chanting brings the blessings of God, and blessings of God are received, then you chant better quality. That's what it means. So he's telling Indra, you perform devotional service and chant the holy name of the Lord. Scripturally authentic spiritual master plants the potent seed. There are many seeds. You plant seeds in the land, not all of them grow, not all of them fructify. Some of them fructify, those who are potent. So, not all gurus are scripturally authorized. We have written a book called Guru Nirnaya Deepika. Who is authorized to become guru and who is not. So, scripturally authentic guru plants the potent seed in the heart of an innocent. That fructifies, takes you back to God, cleans the path to moksha, liberation. Hearing this, Indra was satisfied, paid his obeisances, and went and ruled the kingdom of heaven. Thank you very much.